What's up, YouTube? This is Boston Chris back with a brand new video and a brand new background, courtesy of the amazing Murphinator. This weekend, I went up to this weekend on Saturday. I went up to the New Hampshire to the Little Giant Old School Comic Show, and met up with him. And he one of the first things that he gave me when I was up there, he was just like, "Oh, he's like, I got something for you for that wall of yours." Murph has been very outspoken about the wall, as have a bunch of different people. The wall behind me has definitely seen some better days. It's got a lot of wear and tear, and it was just like, do something to cover that damn wall. So he went ahead and gave me this Fantastic Four poster. I'll move out of the way so you can see it a little better. So, pretty nice poster, and really kind of does spruce up and give that comic vibe a little bit better than the whole worn down, beat up wall behind me. So, thank you very much for that. Really excited to have that and everything. As I was saying, before, went to the Little Giant Old School Comic Show, which I have unofficially dubbed YouTube Northeast Comic Meetup, because that's basically what it turned out to be, man. It was an amazing, amazing show. Great books, lots of awesome, great vendors, great books, and awesome people. I got to meet so many great people from YouTube and also Instagram as well, and it's just like, so many people that meeting for the first time too. Initially, while I was in line, I was able to, kind of point out and see, amazing Murphinator and, our friend Sean, who, they let me know that they were going, a couple months ago, so we all knew that was happening. And then, they were there, and Sean actually hooked me up with a Fantastic Four book that I had, was just kind of going over, saying, oh yeah, like I really like this cover, as we were talking about other books from another haul, and had no idea he was gonna hook me up with it, but he actually did. And I'll show that in a second. But yeah, man, I got to meet so many cool people. I got to meet the New York Warriors, which really, that was one of the highlights for me, just because, I've known those guys for a while in the YouTube community through all the off fairs that we used to do and hang out and just kind of talking. And man, it's just like, finally getting to actually meet them up close is like one of those things where it's like, you kind of feel like you know somebody after a while, because after you talk to them all the time, it's like, oh man, like it's kind of cool to be like, yeah, like I've talked to these guys a million times, and it's just like, oh, it's finally great to meet you. So, when I first walked in the con, I saw Erod, and I started talking to him right away, and I was just like, yeah, we're just talking about like hunting books and just just kind of just being like, hey, great to meet you, like finally, it's been so long. And then as I was leaving, actually, it's kind of funny, because as I was leaving to go home, I was just kind of walking through the parking lot, and all of a sudden they had this horn beep, burp, burp, and I'm just like, I look up, and it's Biggie. Biggie's from Biggie Comics, and he's in there with Manny, NYC, and Joker M21. So I walked over and had a great conversation with those guys, and it was just like, I told them, I was like, I feel like I know you guys already, man. It's just like, just because all the off airs and everything like that. So it was great to talk to them. Ran into Otto from Three Men in a Basement over there, and another super really nice cool guy. Just kind of going around just talking. The what's it called, Principal Defects were there. The Butcher, Guy Forge, Matt Forge, all super cool, really awesome guys to talk to. Just kind of ran into them all throughout the show, and it was just awesome, just showing them the books I was picking up. Super cool guys. And then very Gary, I met up with him. It's funny too, because I actually made a cameo in his video. The part of the con that he was, if you check out his most recent video, he was kind of filming the back of the con, and I happened to be at that specific vendor buying some books. So I'm a little bit off on the side. You can see me. I always have my my Celtics jersey on, and so there's me kind of just looking through books with my Antoine Walker jersey. So, but got to talk to him, and again, another guy that I've just kind of watched his videos, commented on so many times. Al Noir from Spine Ticks, Desired Comics from Spine Ticks, Man from Beantown, who I've met at a couple of Boston Comic Cons and Boston Fan Expos. Amazing Murphy introduced me to him a few years back, so got to say hi to him. Theory 23, got to say hi to him. You know, just so many great people, and it's just really awesome just to kind of get together and be like, hey, what's going on? And it was fun to hunt for books just because you know what I mean. It kind of just, you know, it was one of those things where you know, you kind of go in there and it's just like, you know, when you kind of see all these different people that you know, it's such a good vibe, and it makes the show so much more fun to be at. And man, all I can tell you is just that the content that came out of this convention, from all these different you know, community members, is incredible. Like, you have to check it all out. Like, really, I'm sure, you know, Murph will probably make his own video. You know, Sean will probably make a video, or at least put stuff up on Instagram. You know, Joker M21 had his live show yesterday. Murph was on there, Biggie's was on there, and they just were talking about the con and everything like that. 3 Men in a Basement did an incredible interview with Jim Shooter the night before. You know, Pressable Defects had all these different interviews all around, so check them out. Like, they had a bunch of stuff that they had on Instagram. I'm sure they're gonna have their hauls and everything like that, and just, you know, be putting up videos on YouTube. Erod did his video, and man, he found some great books there, and just was kind of, you know, just going over everything and just seeing all these different people and everything. He's, you know, just a great time there. And then you know, so everybody's got some really awesome stuff. So it's just like, you know, like I was saying, like you know, these conventions are really cool, just because of the fact that, you know, like, this is one of the shows that really just focus on comics, not everything else. Like, not you know, a lot of celebrities, not like, you know, t-shirt sales and all that type of stuff. It's just straight comics. So it's just like, I mean, really, if you were like hunting for some books, man, you would have found. I mean, there was many treasures to be had. I came home with, I think, a pretty good amount of it, and I know some of the guys got some really awesome books. So definitely check out everybody's channels. You know, just kind of go on there and just look at the content that came out of the show, because it's really awesome stuff. So let me go ahead and show you some of the stuff that I got. So first and foremost, the book that was the AOK from Sean, just a really awesome book. I was you know, letting them know, like, yeah, man, I really love that cover, and it just kind of just talking about different books. And he's, next thing I know, he just brought it up. He's like, hey man, he's like, I just wanted to grab you this. I was like, oh, you didn't have to do that. Like, that, thank you so much. So you know, just a really awesome book. You know, really just an amazing cover from the you know, that Byrne run of Fantastic Four. Awesome story too. I read this, and it's like, Galactus is pretty much you know, talking with Death at one point because he's weak from not feasting on planets, and then you know, Nova's trying to find him some planets to feast on so that he can kind of get himself, you know, back to restored and everything like that. So it's a really good story, and I think this is what leads to this ends up leading to the destruction of the Skrull homeworld, and leads to that whole, like, trial of Galactus and everything. So really cool book. Definitely an awesome one they get. I was kind of, I think the name of the vendor was actually, before I get to that, let me go ahead and show you what, because it's not right to not talk about the Little Giant. Just like, you know, what we got for being VIPs, and that's just the con itself. You know, they hooked us up with a bag full of stuff. You know, and among the stuff that was there, they hooked up 2 books that were really cool. So first we have the Peach Momoko variant that was I think supposed to be a con exclusive last year, but because they had a little bit of a shipping thing happen with, you know, the pandemic, it just kind of got to be a tough one, and they didn't get everything in the way they were supposed to. So they definitely sold some of these, but then they had some extra. So yeah, man, happy to have that, definitely. And then this next book is Marvel Comics 1000. This is the Shattered variant that's done by a guy named Matt Damasi. He does, if you've ever seen him on Facebook or Instagram, he does the Shattered comics. And if you ever get the chance to, like, watch the process of how he does it, it's really amazing. Like, he basically you know, goes ahead and gets, like, you know, just this broken shards of, I think it's like glass or ceramic, and he'll just, like, piece together these awesome covers. And he's done, I mean, all these iconic ones, you know, from Amazing Spider-Man 300 to Silver Surfer #1 to the what's it called, Ninja Turtles #1, Marvel Comics, you know, that Marvel Comics, what is it, I think that one's like #4 or something like that, with the Human Torch. But I mean, he's got so many. He's done a Hulk 181, I mean, just so many. I think he did a Spawn #1 too. Like he did a ton of them, and to see them in person, they're huge and they're just beautiful. So definitely cool stuff there. Um, but really really cool stuff there. Next we have just some books that I got from the dollar bin. I think it's the vendor's called Amazing Comics. So really really awesome books. Was able to add to my Wolverine run, so we got issue number 72 for $1. Can't get wrong with that. What's it? X-Men Alpha from the Age of Apocalypse. This I want to say, I think this is in the beginning of the story. So prior to the actual like titles switching over to that Age of Apocalypse, I had like Amazing X-Men, Astonishing X-Men, X slash Caliber, was it Generation Next, and all those ones that like really awesome and cool stories. So definitely an awesome book to have. And also I got another one that I didn't have in the past, which is Universe X. So this is where you have all the like non-mutant characters like Incredible Hulk, Amazing Spider-Man, Thor, Fantastic Four. I'm not sure about Captain America. The Punisher is definitely in there, so I get issue number 1, and then also issue number 2. So definitely cool there for $1. Got another book for my Silver Surfer run, which is number 90. So we got Legacy of the Son of Captain Marvel. I did see at some point like people were kind of. I saw that I guess on eBay that people were starting to look more into this. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but one that I'm definitely happy to have just in case it does end up doing anything at any time. Next we have Punisher Arm Rating number 3. I think I have issues number 1 and 2 of this. So number 3 I have now. It's an amazing cover there too. Nice Joe Gisco art. So the guy who does the Marvel Masterpieces, Joe Gisco, did the cover on this one. So next time he's up at a con, I'm gonna get him to sign that because that's a just awesome cover. And then I would have to say one of my favorite Incredible Hulk covers of all time, and it's issue number 327 where he's fighting Zack. And yeah, man, he's getting electrocuted and his hair's all puffed out and everything. Great cover. And for $1, you can't go wrong with that. So amazing stuff there. Next, I have actually these. So these aren't, comics specifically, but if you've ever seen these before, I got these from a guy named Mike Carbonaro. So Mike Carbonaro is a collector that, he's a vendor that sells all over the place, and he's a one-of-a-kind dude. Like you would know when you saw him in a second because he kind of has like a Mick Jagger vibe to him. Super nice guy, kind of eccentric but nice guy. But he had these books, and these are basically photo journals, so like kind of like cover galleries of the Marvel titles, and it contains like Silver and Bronze Age and A to Z. So every title, this is the A through J. So every title A through J that was published, I want to say up to like 1990, probably 91 or something, close to that. Let me see, because I know it doesn't have the full run of every title, but I'm trying to think. Let's see. It looks like different books might have different. Different books have different ending points, but there's a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff in here. So, and I think they got all the way up to like the 90s or like mid 80s on it. So pretty cool. But yeah, man, it's just like nice big tabletop books, and K through Z. So a bunch of really good books, and it's just kind of like a nice little cover gallery. Coffee table books. So I got a great deal on these ones. He was just kind of like decided to give me both books for the cover price of one of them. So I'm like, that works. It works for me. So basically got 2 for 1 on that one. Next up, I'm not sure what the name of the vendor was for this group of books either, but this is the vendor that if you look in Barry Gary's video, where I'm kind of just going, like if you see me, this is where I was, and I was picking up a bunch of books for my Spawn run. So it would pick up issue number 33, 36, 40, 41. My sister just running through. Number 42. Oh, there we go. Get the glare off of there. 44. I like this cover a lot. 45. This is a really nice cover. That's a great Capullo cover right there. Number 49. This is a really just kind of, you know, out there cover, man. Number 54. 46. So that's all for the Spawn. And then I saw these books and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick these up. So this is the Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. I think this is the first print of it. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but I have the second print and I think it's the fifth print. This is the one with just the skull. So I have both of those and I added this to that. And then also Spider-Man number 573, where on the cover it's where Matt Gagan becomes Venom. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what happens in this book because I've never read it, but if that's the case, awesome cover. Definitely when I know that at one point people were kind of looking at and all not so much chasing, but just one that people were when the Venomized craze happened. That was one of the books that people were kind of picking up here and there when they could. So these next books all came from the Little Giant booth, and man, I did some good. I did a really good haul from them. They were really awesome. They hooked me up with a lot of good books, a lot of great deals, and so just want to thank them again for that. That was just really cool of them. So I was able to pick up. I got Old Man Logan. This is number 67. Number 68. And I think the 67. Nope. Sorry. I'm pretty sure that 67 is a first appearance. I might be wrong. But number 68. Oh, sorry, number 69. We got issue number 70. This is incredible covers by Steve McNiven. And then we got also the third print variant, which says how to find third print variant. So I was like, yeah, why not? Hard to print, hard to find. Price was good. It wasn't really an expensive book, so I was like, I'll take that. Issue number 71. And the conclusion, issue number 72. I'm pretty sure there's a giant size too that goes along with this. I'm not sure, but I think the giant size Old Man Logan. I have to check a look and see because I'm pretty sure that there is, but I don't know for sure. Next, we got some other books, and I was able to get these pretty much when I first walked in because I made a couple different trips there because I was just like just looking for different books, and I was like, let me see what's going on. So I went in and went to the Tomb of Dracula section, and I was able to find issue number 25. So this is the first appearance of Deacon Frost. First appearance and origin of Hannibal King. That's where I made a mistake. So this is the first Hannibal King. And then this one here is the first appearance, number 45, first appearance of Deacon Frost. So super cool books to have there. Then I picked up amazing, cover here. This is George Perez cover for final issue of Ms. Marvel's original run on Marvel, Bronze Age run, so really cool there. Picked up What If number 3, so continuing on that What If run. Definitely going to go ahead and try to finish that off. I think I'm actually pretty close to finishing Volume 1. Volume 2 has a little bit more for me to do, but Volume 1 I think I'm actually, closing in. I think I have less than 10 books left in that run. I'll have to double check. But and then this was a book that I was kind of thinking of putting on my list for the my top books, but I didn't because I was like it's kind of pricey and people like back into it again because of movie speculation and everything like that. But I was able to get it. I was like, you know what, picking it up. So we get What If number 10, first Jane Foster as Thor. So here we go. And then I did get a couple books that were on my top 10 list. Next, This one actually I found at the end of the show, so I wasn't sure. Like I came in looking for this, and I was just like, couldn't find it because I looked in the Incredible Hulk box, and it wasn't there. So I was like, oh, someone must have scooped it already. And then somebody was digging next to me, and I was actually looking at some other books real quick, and I was like, oh, okay, let me see, and just checking the wall and going back and forth, and I had noticed that there was I think it's Incredible Hulk 144, which is the first appearance of Hoppy. So I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, let me just take a look over here, so it's in here still. And I found it, and I was like, oh man, I was like, I got this. I was like, cool. And so I was able to pull out Amazing Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk 141, the first appearance and origin of Doc Samson. So really, really cool. I'm gonna finish reading that because even though it's facsimiles, I never bought it. I just kind of started reading it, and it's pretty cool. Like I've gotten, I was while I was at work, today, because like in between my break, I was kind of just reading, and then I just kind of took a look at it, and so funny enough, if you're not familiar with Doc Samson, he didn't like. I haven't gotten to the point where he gets his powers yet, but he was just a psychologist, psychologist. I think it was just working on the Hulk, trying to figure out, what makes him tick. So I have yet to figure out what makes him into Doc Samson, but I'm going to. Next, we have another book that was on my top 10 list, which is Marvel Premiere #1, The Power of Warlock. So this is his first solo. And I did read this. This is actually a really, really cool story involving the High Evolutionary and Warlock. And it just explains, how Warlock came to be, and also some stuff along with the High Evolutionary, and the different creatures that he created, and how the man beast that he created was turning on him and everything like that. So really cool book, definitely one that's worth checking out. Next, I picked up a book that this was one of my last books that I picked up before I was leaving, and I was really excited to get it because it was just like I wanted to so I have this already, but I really wanted to upgrade my copy of it just because the one I have, it's not in bad shape. It's just it's definitely had its day, and so I wanted to get a better one, and I did, and that is none other than G.I. Joe 154. So this is an Amanda Conner cover, which is awesome, and I would say this is definitely a higher grade than what I have. If I had to guess, that there's a couple of pressable defects that can come out of it, but I would say this is probably around an 8.0. So probably press it up to either 8.5 or 9, maybe. Don't know, but definitely and it says it has the subscription insert, so definitely excited for that. Next up, another book that was on my list for 2021, and this one actually ended up being had an unexpected surprise on it when I went to buy it, just because I was like looking at it, I was like, oh, I could see it on the wall, but it was far enough away because where I was standing, I couldn't see it fully. So when they brought it up to me to check it out, I was like, oh yeah, I'm buying it. Sold, done deal, no questions asked. And that is X-Men 50, and check it out, signed by Steranko. So that works. You know what I mean? Got myself a nice Steranko signed book. First appearance of that new X-Men logo. Second Polaris. Read this too. This is actually a really, really cool story as well. So definitely a good one to have. And then the final book that I was able to pick up, which is actually one of those ones that I would put on a list. It's just when you're going through and checking things out sometimes on eBay, you see some of the prices and you're like, I can't do with that. So I was really excited, and I would say this is the big one for me as far as eye candy is concerned. Like this is I guess the one that everybody knows, everybody loves, and everyone's like, oh man, this is a great looking cover, and it is. It's an amazing cover. So I got myself Catwoman 51, that Adam Hughes cover, and just I think one of if not the best drawing of Catwoman that I've ever seen. So amazing cover, just a great book. and one that I was really excited. And like I said, the guys at Little Giant were extremely nice and super helpful, and really were good about giving deals where they could. So definitely one of the best shows that I get to go to. One of the shows that I'm actually, I could say, one of the best shows that I have the privilege of getting to, because it's locally nearby where nearby me. Being done in Boston, it's only about an hour away, which isn't too bad. So as far as travel goes, that's one that I will go to every single year, just because of how good of a show it is and how good the books are that you can pick up from there. And now that the community seems to be embracing it more, just because this is the third year that it's happened. And first year was good, a lot of people showed up. And then the second year, of course, with the pandemic, it was attendance was way down. But this year, man, it came back with a vengeance. So I'm hoping that going forward, it's something where more people will show up from the community. More people will kind of come through, and they'll really gear up and get more books for it every single year. And so definitely was a great time. And just wanted to thank everyone that came out, to and that everybody in the community was able to come out and say hi and meet up and everything. That was really, really cool. Next year, hopefully, I will be able to come up on that Friday night and kind of hang out with everybody, and kind of enjoy some of the pre-show festivities. But other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Again, thank you, Murph, for the poster. Thank you, Sean, for the book. And just overall, it was a great show. So for everybody who I got to meet, it was awesome meeting you, and hope to meet you guys up again. We'll see if I'm able to go to Terrificon. I'm gonna have to work on getting the time off from work, but we'll see. But if I can, I will definitely be down there, and we'll have to hang out again. But that's been it for me. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Again, this has been Boston Chris. I'm out. Have a good day.